self-proclaimed Disney buff, how psyched were you to join the zombie franchise?
Oof, it was unreal. I mean, I've been a fan of zombies specifically forever. I actually grew up with Meg Donnelly in the city. We did Off-Broadway together, and I'd always been a fan of the Zombies Project because it was my first sort of like friend that I saw sort of make it. So it was so special watching the franchise and watching the franchise grow and gain a huge fan base. But for me, I actually met Milo Manheim at the Prom Pact premiere, and I walked up and I was like, "Hi, love zombies. I know Meg, but I'm just like huge fan of you." And he was like, "Oh, that's so sick. You know Meg, then we're automatically friends." And he was like, just wanted to let you know, like, there's a Zombies 4 possibly happening. I was like, "That's so exciting." He was like, "You're gonna be in it." And I was like, "What? Who are you talking to?" When I got the audition, I was like, there's no way that Milo Manheim predicted my future. And I booked it, and he texted me and was like, did I like predict your future? And I was like, yes, sir, you did. So it was just a very special moment for me to see these incredible characters come to life that I'd grown up watching, grown up just like looking up to. So it's an overall very exciting, very emotional, very surreal journey for me.
Your character Vera is Victor's closest confidant and is just the coolest. You know, fans are loving her loyalty and take no BS personality. What drew you to her?
Honestly, that, like, I think how sassy she was, but like how true to herself she stayed throughout the movie. All throughout the film, she always kept that wittiness, and she was always by Victor's side no matter what, you know. But I loved getting to play her, and I think that pushed me a lot too, and I think it almost made me a better person. But what was the cool part is that I got to bring out like my alter ego sassiness. It was genuinely so fun. I've never played a vampire before, never had to fang out before. So Paul Hohen, our director, like really spent time like nailing the vampire fang out for Vera, because being a vampire is so important to her. As she says in the movie, like, if I'm not living the nightlife, I'm not living the right life.
There's this whole world out there, and I want to see any of it.
You can keep the world. If I'm not living the nightlife, I'm not living the right life. So I love how much we got to spend like really honing in on how important it was for her, that vampire life, and I think we got the fang out down, and now it's just like in my body. Like I'm like 1% vampire now. Just be aware.
Vera's look is so cool with the red streaks and the black outfits.
Yeah.
Did you have any input on your look?
So sort of, honestly. It was definitely a long process. It almost started a little bit more costumey, and I loved that they really took the time to make her feel a little bit more human in a way. I know she's still a vampire, but what I loved is they almost took her down to earth a little bit more, which I think was the most special thing that they did to her character. We slowly brought her a little bit more human, like as the process went on. Like the hair became a little less like wiggy. Like it went from a wig to like actually dyeing my hair into like a ponytail look that like people can recreate at home. So like that ended up being kind of like our end goal, to like make her somebody that like kids at home can kind of look up to and be like, oh, hey, I'm gonna go and like put my hair in a ponytail too and do that myself. So that was, I think, one of the most important things about Vera, is making her super relatable too. Just the other day, I had a cousin of mine that came over, and she was like, "Oh, look, I'm dressed up as Vera today," and literally all she had was like her hair up, the two hairs down, and like a t-shirt that had like some red accents on it. And I was like, yeah, that's in essence like a part of Vera.
Fans on social media are loving the bond between Vera and Vargas, and it's very clear that you and MK are good friends in real life. Can you tell me a little bit about your off-screen friendship?
I always say that he's like my twin flame. He's like the brother that I never had. MK's just, it's hard to describe him like in very few words. He's the comedy that like you never know you needed in your life. Like if you put on a comedy special, like it's still not as funny as MK the person. If I need a laugh, I will call MK and he will lift my spirits. He's just such a genuine and genuinely funny person. So I'm just so grateful to have met him, and this cast has just become such a blessing in my life. I think I've also been through like some hardships with like college and stuff, so they were always there to be like, it's okay, you're gonna get in somewhere, and I did get in somewhere, so thank God. So they've just been a very supportive family. We've all went from, you know, strangers to family, which was very awesome.
And you were still in school while you were filming this. What was it like to balance school life with set life and work life?
Yeah, so I'm very grateful that they were so supportive about that. Whenever like they went out for hangouts or dinner or whatever after work, I would usually go home and like practice SATs or something, which is so fun. They would always invite me, and like they would never leave me out of things, which I was so grateful about. Yeah, it was my junior year of high school, so I'd still always had been wanting to go to college, so school was very important to me. The day after I landed from New Zealand was the day I took my SATs, which was such a bad idea because I was so jet lagged. So I definitely had to take it again. But yeah, the SATs were a lot for sure. So if you're gonna take your SATs, don't study in a different country with someone in a different country. I don't recommend.
One of my favorite moments in the film is when Vera and Willa have that fang off.
Top that.
You know, what was it like to film that with Chandler Kinney?
Genuinely one of the most craziest, surreal, I still pinch myself every time I see that scene. I've seen the movie a few times now. Chandler is just like Chandler is God to me. So getting to do that scene with her was so special. I mean, having watched those zombies movies, Willow was one of my favorite characters. And I actually also met her as a fan at Disneyland on her birthday 3 years ago. And yeah, I went up to her as a fan. I was like, hi, huge fan of zombies. Like, can I please get a photo? And I asked her for a photo, and 3 years later, we were working together. It was a very insane, like, mentor, like, friend, sister moment. She's become, like, an older sister to me, and getting to see her thrive on Dancing with the Stars was very special. I got to go in person and see her, and just also, like, seeing her career thrive and just her as a person thrive. We've got to connect in many ways off screen, which I'm very grateful to have. Our sisterly bond. She's just become an overall very special person in my life, and I learned a lot from her.
You mentioned Dancing with the Stars. You know, Chandler was on it, Milo was on it.
Yes.
I think there's room for another Zombies cast member next season. Is that something you'd ever be interested in doing?
I would love to be on Dancing with the Stars. It has been a dream for a long time. I'm manifesting it. Milo has manifested it. Chandler's manifested it. They want me to break the Zombies runner-up curse, so Dancing with the Stars, ABC, you know who to call, you know where I am, you know my number. I even told Alfonso, because he was at the Zombies 4 premiere, I was like, hey, if you need anyone, I'm here.
It seems like the Zombies cast is very, very close. I assume there's a group chat.
Yes.
Who was the most active?
I think Meg's the most active. She loves sending just random like memes or photos or like videos. This is my favorite part of her. She's obsessed with SpongeBob and she's obsessed with Bluey, and she's got me onto Bluey. I love that show now. Yeah, so she'll just send like a random photo of SpongeBob or like a random photo of Usher like flying. Yeah, or like Pink flying. We all went to the Pink concert together, and Pink like flew in her concert. So yeah, we just love sending like random photos of celebrities flying in their concerts. Yeah, it's a very interesting group chat. Milo named it. He's very proud of the name. It's New Zealand.
The set design, the props are so cool in the Zombies franchise. Did you get to take anything from set?
I didn't, and I'm so upset. I wish I could go back in time. I know Freya got to take some blood fruit from set, which I'm a little bit salty about.
Got you something to make up for it.
Blood fruit! Oh, you got me a gift. My favorite color. Blood red.
But I did get to taste a blood fruit, which I know only the vampires got to do. The Daywalkers did not get to do that. So I have that special feeling in my heart that I got to know what a blood fruit tastes like. I may not have one with me, but I know what it tastes like. So that's very special to me. So I don't have any props, but I have that with me forever.
And what does a blood fruit taste like?
It's very sweet. I will say it's very sweet. They made it out of boba, popping boba, and Jello. So you can make it at home.
Something tells me the zombie franchise isn't quite done. The movie ends on a cliffhanger. What would your thoughts be about coming back for a fifth movie?
I'm so ready. Let's go. I would love a fifth movie. I would love to see what monster or not monster they introduce. We would love that. We would love to come back. I love this I love these cast. I love this crew. I love the franchise. I love the fan base. So I'm so down to do a 5th movie.
I believe you're going to school in New York in the fall.
Yes.
Are you going to pursue filmmaking? Do you know what you're going to study?
Yeah, so I'm going to be studying filmmaking, which I'm so excited about. A lot of my mentors did go to NYU. A lot of people from Succession did go to NYU. So it's going to be a very exciting journey. I've been dreaming about NYU actually since I was born. I was born at NYU Langone, and as a kid, I would be like, I was born at NYU, so I'm going to get in. I did like some short films as a kid at NYU, and I loved the campus. I loved the way that they taught film, because at NYU they sort of make you learn every aspect of filmmaking, and to me that's the best part of the program. So I'm really excited to just take so many things in.